This is MBT Sky's daily love reading, and so we're gonna look and see what the focus is between the him and her that pops up today. I guess I'll use the oracle cards. Why not? Let's see what the focus is, what the discussion is. Hopefully, it's a nice, happy, pleasant type of energy going on. Alright, birds of a feather. Alrighty, so this comes down in the 7. So birds of a feather flock together. Know that and respect that. And this may be a discussion of a masculine and a feminine that's, interacting with other groups of individuals, and the concept for him or her may be birds together, flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. That's the old saying, right? So, let's see. Let's see what he's talking about. Hopefully they are the birds that are together and they're flocking together, right? So, here we have this 7 of wands that comes down. And, this is a discussion with the masculine here, who could possibly be a fire sign, where everything that he or, may feel is against him, like, calm down, guy, okay? In other words. So, in this energy, he's calm. He doesn't feel under attack. He doesn't feel threatened. His guard may be a little bit down. So, let's look and see what's going on with this whole situation. Because this might be the primary issue for this masculine with this birds of a feather situation. So, let me see what's going on with this feminine principle over here. Alright, so, in order for this masculine and feminine to be in balance, there's some people that this feminine has to be willing to refrain from being around, or this is a concept that's put up, and he probably may be a little bit possessive in a way. And it's like, the feminine is like, so, I have to detach from certain people, and really she doesn't want to, And when I say I'm not speaking to myself, so excuse me, that's just the way I read once again. But yeah, she doesn't want to detach from, certain individuals and groups and stuff. And so here is where it causes a lot of conflict and confusion, because it's like, the masculine is like, well, it's either him or the group of friends that she's not, or group of individuals, or, whomever they are, that she's not trying to kind of release herself from. Let me see why not. I feel like, this masculine may be a little over dramatic, or he feels like he sees something surrounding their relationship that may cause a little bit of a funk. So let's see. 2 cards come out, 3 cards come out. We're going to just leave it like that. So we have the Magician, we have being overwhelmed, and then we have the Tower. So listen, when you're dealing with the Magician, this feminine may be easily, or people may see her as easily manipulated. And that may be even overwhelming and a little bit destructive. Most importantly, this wand is going towards this masculine energy here. What needs to be understood here is that this feminine is literally trying to create in reality outside of what everybody else is thinking, right? And she has the power to change minds and deal with the emotional aspects and the physical aspects, trying to create reality, and it's overwhelming. And it requires a lot of changes and adjustments and things of that nature in all areas to get it done, including letting some things go in order to get this relationship to work. And I feel like it's more so an insecurity problem with this masculine that comes down, right? And so the Wheel of Fortune comes in reverse for him. So, this masculine has gotten to some things and has done some things within a particular relationship, and he's aware of it. And this is what brings this confusion, and this discussion of, you may need to chill out, because technically, Holmes, you know you can't say that he was perfect in this particular relationship, and all the things that he's done. Now she's in this energy of wanting to manifest and create and socialize and be around whomever she want to be around and do whatever she want to do, and get it done. And these past things that has happened with him and her is what brings this fear and confusion, and make a choice kind of energy between. It's like this masculine is the type of masculine where you have to make a choice between him and your social life. And Holmes, it's not even that deep. It's really not. You have to make a choice of not being scared of all of the past things you've done to the feminine principle, right? And having good faith that she's not going to try to, rebound these things. Because then you would be saying as a masculine that, this feminine principle that you've done past things to, the karmic cycle comes back around, and you don't trust the universe nor the feminine principle to still stay steadfast as far as how she is. And that's a him problem, not really a her problem that's taking place. And so with that, it causes drawbacks, and makes it hard to move forward and let things go for this feminine principle. Okay? And guess what? All of the things that she's manifesting into reality, it comes with a little bit of burden. And yes, it can create drastic changes, and those drastic changes need be. And it's things that, she may have a hard time moving forward from, but he has no right to bring the confusion to it. He has to go with the flow. But let me see what's under there. The Hermit. All right, so the foundation of it is, listen, this masculine hasn't been so isolated. He hasn't always followed the perfect light into, enlightenment and being wise and conscious and things like that, or paying attention to how his behaviors may have affected this particular feminine principle. No, he has not, right? And he, and how these things may affect the future of him in this feminine principle. So he has to really kind of respect that. Let me move this over because those just flew up out of there. Period. Also, people in the spiritual realm, when we're looking at this, use your magician properly. Don't use your magician feminine to overwhelm and destroy out of, all of, out of manipulation, because it will negatively affect a relationship, okay, later on down the line. So, there's levels to it. So let's see what's going on over here. All right. So, it's something with the feminine here that discusses a lot of investment in time. And this card has come out earlier. A lot of investment in time and patience is required. And when we're dealing with relationships here, the not wanting to let go, the still having to, deal with drastic changes and being overwhelmed and feeling manipulated and this, that, and the third is there. You understand? And so in her mind is like, she was extremely patient with this masculine principle, and he might have to really take a dive into self. Like, he's not looking at the self here, people. He's not looking at his own shenanigans from the beginning. He need to go time travel a little bit through his thoughts. Pretty much. All right. So let's see what's going on in this foundational thing. And really his excuse is, oh, she's manipulated by the people that she's around and interacting with. And that's a cloud of smoke. Okay? Foundation of the issue with this particular masculine and feminine is stress. So what she's saying in this situation is, listen, my guy, they're in this relationship. is a lot of patience, hard work, and energy put into it, and not a lot of, going through all of the things that they gone through and still refusing to let go, even when it was a disastrous and drastic changes took place out of nowhere that she had nothing to do with, or being overwhelmed or feeling manipulated. This birds of a feather is just a ploy for him to, say that he has a right to create chaos, a right to feel some type of way, a right not to want to let his guard down, a right to feel like he's being overwhelmed and attacked and think. He has to flip these cards around because he has to keep into consideration the immense amount of stress that he has bestowed among this particular female here. And it's really just that simple. It's just that simple. A lot of this is, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's of a fire sign, but could be. But this is, the lower chakras, where this is something that affects the thoughts and the communication of this female. And she could also very well be an air sign. But these are the areas that it has affected, and the masculine principle today has to think about that. So if this particular couple is not together right now, it's because it's something that the masculine principle has to think about deeply, in order to try to kind of flip this wheel of fortune around. And it requires him to go into hermit mode a little bit and really think about the confusion and the choices and the overindulgences and the unfairnesses and, the illusions and delusions that he may have thrown out there to this feminine principle, who may feel a little, manipulated out of because of it, or overwhelmed and drastic changes and stresses and worries and being patient and all these things. It happens. And so it's the masculine's turn to kind of look into the situation when it comes to the relationship. And also with the feminine principle, do not allow the birds of the feathers that flock together with you to, cause manipulation. And when you do communicate about what's going on and how you feel and what you experience, do it in balance so that, the people that's around you that's real, they're going to tell you what's real. There's going to be people in the group of friends or the circle that you speak to that secretly enjoy the things that you go to, or they walk away with that, well, I knew that, I told you so kind of energy. That's not what you want. You want somebody that's going to sit there, listen, understand, and then help you process so that you can be relieved of stress and know what you're being patient about. And the person is, the person in the group will be honest with you. This is somebody that may be surrounded by like 4 different individuals, 4 different energies. Pay attention to the ones that gloat or secretly enjoy watching or enjoy having you experience these things. That's the energies that you do not want to be around at all. Period. So anyway, talk to you later. Smooches and deuces. And the same thing applies to the masculine principle too. So anyway, talk to you later.